Leo is dreaming of being a very popular WWE wrestler, and we see him in the ring defeating a famous fighter. He then wakes up from his dream as his grandma Denise is calling him for school. The two play around and it's revealed that she also has a passion for wrestling and supports Leo in his dream. He is only 11, so before his wrestling career, he first needs to finish school. Leo gets ready for school and we are introduced to his father Steve. Steve is really tired as he just got a new job and now has to go to work once more. Denise and Leo have some fun banter and then he goes to school. Denise is worried about Steve as it seems that he is working all day long, but he explains that it's necessary for a better life for them. Leo is meeting up with his friends and going to school. His friends are also obsessed with wrestling and they talk about it all the way to school. When they enter the school, they see that there is a wrestling sign-up. Leo wants to sign up and attend, but he feels that he is just too small and would be beaten up. Soon after that, we are introduced to his bully. This is a very mean kid who makes fun of Leo and his friends for being small. The bully also calls Leo a coward as he is too afraid to actually wrestle with anyone. This gets interrupted by Miss Cartwright, who is one of the teachers. She protects Leo and his friends and tells the bullies to report to the principal. Leo is then joined by his friends in the cafeteria, and they have a lot of fun talking about his favorite sport during lunch. All of them have their favorite wrestlers and their ultimate moves. Leo stops participating in the discussion when he notices the girl he has a crush on sitting nearby. He is a bit nervous so he spills his lunch. After school, the bullies once again start harassing Leo, but Miss Cartwright intervenes once more. Leo is chased by bullies all over the neighborhood. He drives away as fast as he can, but the bullies are persistent. Leo finds a safe place in an old estate sale and tries to hide in one of the rooms. The bullies run after him, but the man in charge of the real estate sale sends them away. In the meantime, Leo starts to explore the room he has entered. There is a lot of wrestler gear and finds a very old blue wrestler mask. He takes it out, but suddenly the man comes into the room. The man realizes that Leo was being bullied by the other kids, so he allows him to take the mask with him. Leo then goes back home and his grandma notices that something smells horrible. He knows that the wrestler mask stinks, but doesn't want to reveal it to his grandma. He goes back to his room and prepares for their weekly wrestling marathon on TV. Leo loves watching wrestling with his grandma after missing his mom. She has left the family for some reason, but Leo doesn't know the whole story. When his father arrives from work, he is really tired and can't watch wrestling with his son. Steve goes to have some dinner and Leo notices that wrestling superstar The Miz is on TV. It's announced that there is going to be a special WWE tournament where the winner will win a lot of money. Leo gets really interested in this. Later in the night, Leo overhears his father and his grandma arguing. It's revealed that Leo's mother has left the family for another man and Steve hasn't been handling it very well. And he is working multiple jobs because he wants to pay off his debt of $20,000 or they may lose the house in the future. Leo is really worried about his family and sad that his mother left them. He once more picks up the smelly wrestler mask and finally decides to try it out. Leo puts on the mask and his voice suddenly changes. He is a lot more confident, and he can really be intense. Leo realizes that after he takes off the mask, that voice and personality will totally go. Soon after that, he catches his entire closet with one finger. Leo realizes that, while wearing the mask, he has literal superpowers. He goes into the garage and bends steel and lifts up a car. Outside, he kicks a tree and totally breaks it. Leo goes back to his room and does some research about the mask. He finds out that the mask has been a legend that has existed for many years. It is said that the mask chooses its owner if they are worthy and then gives them powers. The last time a wrestler wore the mask was almost 50 years ago, and Leo decides that he must use this mask for his own benefit. The following day at school, the bullies attack his friends as punishment. Leo then arrives and begs the bullies to stop, but when they don't listen to him, he puts on the mask and beats them up. The girl that Leo likes is called Erica, and she is very impressed by his strength. The teacher then sends Leo to the principal's office, while the entire school claps for him. Later in the car, his father scolds him about getting into fights, and thinks that his son is too good of a person to be getting into silly fights. And Leo apologized for his behavior. After meeting with his friends, Leo decides that he will enter the WWE tournament to earn the money needed to pay off his father's loans. He goes back home to test out various outfits and finally finds the perfect one that suits him. Leo then goes to try out at the tournament. When he arrives, everyone is pretty mean to him, as he is pretty small. The woman at the reception demands that he comes up with a wrestler name for himself. And Leo finally arrives at the nickname Kid Chaos. He meets some wrestlers, and the only one who is nice to him is called Smooth Operator. He is a pretty strong man, but he has a very soothing singing voice. The Miz arrives at the stage and prepares the crowd for a giant event. Another wrestler shows up with his manager. He is called Samson and is a giant and really dangerous wrestler. His manager is very rude to everyone, and he is sure that Samson is going to beat all of them. The competition starts, and everyone is surprised at how strong Leo really is. His friends watch the event on TV and have no idea that their friend is the one in the mask. Leo is able to throw objects farther than any wrestler. At the end of the event, he gets invited to be part of the tournament with other wrestlers. Leo now returns home, and his grandma finds out about the magic mask. Leo tells his grandma that he heard the conversation she had with his dad, and he wants to help. Leo thinks that with the mask he can win $50,000 and pay all the family's debts. Also, he hopes that maybe then his mother will return and live with the family once more. In the next day, Leo decides to use his magical mask to talk with Erica. The mask gives Leo confidence, so he puts it on to talk with her in the library. He manages to get Erica interested in him, and she tells him that they will talk on the phone later in the day. Leo returns home and he is very nervous, as Erica is supposed to call him. Erica actually shows up at his house, since she had dance lessons nearby. He is just himself without the mask, and the two of them have fun. In the following days, Steve tries to connect with his son Leo, but it doesn't work, as Leo has other interests now. And he still doesn't want to give Leo all the information about his mother and why she left them. Leo finally starts the tournament. He puts on his mask, and now as Kid Chaos, he has his first fight. It's a bit difficult at first, but with the powers of the mask, he manages to defeat his first opponent. Leo starts to spend more time with Erica as she joins his friend group. He motivates her to join a talent competition, as she is a great dancer. Also, he promises to perform with her, and they start to practice daily. Leo has more fights, and he wins every one of them. After the fights, he talks with Smooth Operator, and they bond. His father and Denise once again have an argument about his relationship with Leo. Steve doesn't want to break his son's heart by telling him the truth. The fact is that Leo's mother met a new man in New York and doesn't have time to call Leo. She doesn't want to try at all, and they agree to help Leo move on. Leo spends time with Erica and his friends. When a criminal enters the store, Leo dons his mask and defeats the criminal with zero issues. The day of the talent show arrives, and Leo also has a fight at that moment. Erica visits him, and he promises to be with her at the dance competition. The manager who is in charge of Samson realizes that Kid Chaos is just a kid using a magic mask. Leo has a final fight, and his opponent is Smooth Operator. The fight is brutal, but Leo wins in the end. Leo is now a star and shooting an interview for the TV, and because of this, he misses the dance performance he was supposed to do with Erica. But one of his friends helps Erica, and they perform well. He arrives at the dance event, but he isn't that sorry that he missed the event. Leo thinks that his wrestling is much more important, and this makes his friends even angrier at him. When Leo returns home, he realizes that things aren't going well. He talks with his grandma, and she offers him some great advice. Leo realizes that while he thought the magic mask would solve all his issues, it has only made things worse. Leo goes to talk with his friends, and apologizes for the way he has been acting lately, and they forgive him. Samson and his manager decide to steal his mask so that he loses in the final match of the tournament. They sneak in and switch Leo's mask with a fake. The final battle begins, but this time Leo isn't doing so good, and Steve is watching the fight on TV. Samson is really brutal, and Leo doesn't stand a chance since he is only a child. The evil wrestler starts to brutally beat Leo, and Leo figures out that the mask he is currently wearing isn't his magic mask. Steve then rushes to save his son. The fight is happening in a giant cage, so Leo climbs on top of it and Samson can't reach him. Leo figures out that Samson is really afraid of heights, and he baits Samson to climb up. Samson passes out from the fear, and Leo jumps on him and wins the match. match. Leo is the winner, and he gets the massive $50,000 check. Leo demands that the NXT organization give Smooth Operator a contract since he is only a small kid, and they tells Leo that he will have a place in their organization when he grows up. Some time passes, and Leo joins the wrestling team as he feels more confident in his skill and he doesn't need the magic mask anymore. He finally gets a chance to beat up his bully in a wrestling match, while his father Steve watches proudly from the stands. Thanks for watching, take care, and see you in the next video.
Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel.